inshallah, if you're interested in doing that, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. We'll start the khatira now, inshallah. Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, we're continuing our hadith per week from Riyadh al-Salihin. And last week, if you'll remember, we did some hadith about the difficulties that we go through in life and what they amount to in the akhirah. So when we are tested in this life, we end up getting a lot of reward and benefit in this life and in the akhirah from them. We're continuing today, and again with the major theme that we've been having for many, many weeks now is about sabr, or patience and perseverance. So we have a situation, very interesting incident that happened in the life of Umar al-Khattab actually, radiallahu anhu. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu reported that Uyayna ibn Hisn came to Al-Madinah and stayed with his nephew Hur bin Qais, who was among those whom Umar radiallahu anhu showed favor to. And the knowledgeable people, the Qurra, whether they were old or young, they had the privilege of joining Umar's council, and he used to counsel them, consult them. Uyayna said to Hur, "O my nephew, the leader of the believers shows favor to you. Will you obtain permission for me to sit with him?" So Hur asked Umar, and he gave him permission. So when Uyayna came into the presence of Umar, radiallahu anh, he said this to him. So this person came and is in front of Umar now. He's not the usual people that are around him. And he said, "Ya ibn Khattab, O son of Khattab, you don't give us a lot and you don't deal with us justly." So Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anh got angry and he was about to beat him. And then Hur, who is the usual person around him, said, "Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, show forgiveness, enjoin what is good, and turn away from the foolish people. Don't punish them." This one is from the ignorant people. This is from the Jahilun. And so when Hur said this, Umar al-Khattab, he became still and stopped moving, and he always adhered strictly to the Book of Allah. Whenever he was given a reminder, whatever he was doing, he would stop immediately. And so it's an interesting incident because it shows a very real situation that, subhanAllah, not everyone that we deal with, even from our ummah, are well-mannered people, or they behave in the right way. And Islam has a lot to tell us about what to do in these situations. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows about our state of our ummah, that not everybody is going to deal with people in the good way. We have here the uncle of a person, one of the companions, who was favored by Umar al-Khattab. In other words, he was always in his presence and was allowed, and he was from the knowledgeable people. And he knew that his nephew always sat with Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anh. And so he said, "Let me sit with you as well." And so his nephew went to Umar al-Khattab and said, "Oh, yeah, Amir al-Mu'mineen, my uncle, he would like to sit with you, with us." Umar al-Khattab said, "Sure, welcome, if it's coming from you, no problem." And then as soon as he's sitting with him, he starts saying something very harsh to Umar al-Khattab, very accusingly and inappropriate. It's like, this is your first time sitting with Umar al-Khattab, the leader. This is the leader of all. This is like the Amir al-Mu'mineen. He's not like he is. And he just starts saying, "You don't deal with us nicely. You are unjust, and you're not fair with us, and you don't give us what we deserve." Of course, Umar al-Khattab, who would not get this? I don't even know you. This is your first time showing your face to me, and you're in the gathering, the shura, and this is what you have to say. You don't have any solution. You're just here to complain or say something negative. And then his nephew, the man, of course, you can imagine, he's like, "Oh, my uncle, why?" Like, "Oh, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Didn't Allah say?" And he reminded him from the ayah of in the Quran, mentioning that when, be forgiving and do what is good and encourage what is good and turn away from the foolish people. Because when someone is foolish, it does you no good to get upset with them, to admonish them harshly, to deal with them in a bad way. there's no point. They're foolish people. Whether you do or you don't do, they're not going to change. And no one's going to benefit from you being harsh from them. But you may end up looking like a harsh person if you deal with the harsh and the foolish people in a harsh way. And he explained, this is one of the ignorant people. So the lesson here, my dear brothers and sisters, sabr manifests in many, many different ways. One of the ways is in how we deal with the foolish people, the ignorant people. The people who, they'll say something just to upset you. They'll say something just to provoke you. Even if you're a sheikh, an alim, a scholar, a leader, a business person, in front of your family, they'll just say something insulting and mean to you. And sometimes a good person enters into a state of ignorance and they do this, but otherwise they're good. So when your brother, who is your friend, enters this state, overlook it. We have those moments where our judgment is not that great. Haven't we all said something that we later regretted? Haven't we all had a moment, I wish I had not said that, I wish I had not done that. Sometimes shaitan gets the better of us, sometimes our nafs gets the better of us. Do we want our relationship with someone else defined by this ignorant moment? No. So when it happens with somebody else, that they are being ignorant with us or foolish with us, overlook it. Let it go. You know? This should not define your whole relationship. How many people, because of one incident, I'm never going to talk to him again. Who is winning in this case? Are you winning? You've cut off your brother from this? No, shaitan is winning in this case. Sabr protects us from pleasing shaitan. May Allah's curse be upon him. Sabr protects us from breaking the good relationship with our brothers and sisters because of one mistake or a misunderstanding. As I mentioned in another hadith, the person who is offended is a fool. This is a famous saying. The person who is offended is a fool. Because if the person who you are offended by was trying to offend you, if that was their goal, all you've done is you've satisfied that person and you didn't achieve anything. And if that person was not trying to offend you and it was an innocent mistake or unintentional, you're still a fool because now you became offended and they didn't mean to fool you. There was an accident or it was unintentional or you misunderstood something. So you are a fool either way. So no point in being offended by the actions of somebody else, because it is going to end up with only you being a fool rather than achieving anything noble or honorable or glorious. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from foolishness, to protect us from ignorance, and to protect us from acting untoward if someone ends up being ignorant or foolish with us, and following the verses from the Quran that mention showing forgiveness and enjoining what is good and turning away from those who are foolish. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant relief and protection and salvation to our brothers and our sisters in Gaza, in the rest of Palestine, in Sudan, in Kashmir, in East Turkestan, in all the places, in Burma, in Myanmar, all the places that we know and that we don't know. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant relief. The last announcement, brothers and sisters, we've already shared it on the community list. There is a bus going from Dallas to Houston on Saturday, inshallah. The purpose is to have a rally and a protest in front of the UAE embassy with regards to what is happening in Sudan. If you're not aware, there is a major civil war happening in Sudan. It's actually not a civil war, it's a genocide on the same level. The numbers of deaths in Sudan is immense. It's far more. We have had our attention on Palestine and we must keep our attention there, especially in Gaza, but everywhere else as well. We also must not forget our brothers and our sisters in Sudan. It is a very, very major crisis that is happening there. I encourage everyone, you can sign up for the bus. The bus is going to be free, and inshallah I encourage us to go. And we have to call to account the leaders of the Muslim countries that have their hands in this. And the UAE has a heavy hand, holding hands with the Zionists to cause corruption and fasad in Sudan for some worldly gain and power that they want that is unnecessary. So we seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from supporting the oppressors and from oppressing anybody, and we seek refuge in Allah from being oppressed or from being harmed by the oppressors. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the very best in the dunya and the akhirah. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ سُبْحَانَكَ اللَّهُمَّ وَبِحَمْدِكَ وَأَشْهَدُ أَن لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنْتَ وَأَسْتَغْفِرُكَ وَأَتُوبُ إِلَيْكَ جَزَاكُمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.